Hello, I am Jacqueline Lindeberg, and I am a reporter for the student newspaper, the Daily Titan, and I am doing a review on Cal State Fullerton's production of the Drowsy Chaperone, directed by Sarah Ripper. I went and saw it, and it was completely kind of like what I didn't really expect at first. I'm used to seeing just the classic musicals like Phantom of the Opera and stuff like that. So when it first started out, I expected the curtain to go up and I expected for it just to start automatically, but instead the theater remained completely dark and you just hear a voice pretty much from out of nowhere. So I found that a little like, what is happening? But I knew right away like this is very unique and very different, and I was automatically attracted to that and I was brought in. So the main plot pretty much was, besides it being a play within a play, it's about these two main characters. It is the bride and then the groom, and they are to be married. And there's a bunch of side characters who are also involved, including the Drowsy chaperone, who is supposed to chaperone the bride to keep her away from the groom the day before the wedding, so to prevent any bad luck from happening. And then we have a few other characters who are invited to the wedding. We have the best man who's actually putting together the wedding, and of course everything doesn't go to plan. He can't find the reverend, or he can't find any reverend to actually do the wedding, and then he has to get the bakers for the cake, and then of course all the guests who have to come too. And one of the guests, the bride, she's actually a huge Broadway star, and she's giving it all up to marry this man that she loves. And of course he's like a big guy on Broadway, and he doesn't want her to marry this man. So he's pretty much needs to try to stop the wedding actually. And then there's these two bakers who actually aren't really bakers. They are there to pretty much make sure that he stops the wedding. And so there's a subplot of them trying to stop the wedding, and then there's the bride and the Drowsy chaperone who want the wedding to happen, and of course the groom too. But I think for me personally, the character that stood out the most, just from the first moment he stepped onto the stage, because towards the beginning of the musical, all the characters kind of came out, and that was sort of a way to introduce each character. And it was really cool because the man in chair would narrate and pause the record technically, and he would give a description and background of each character, so you knew where they came from. And with Adolfo, right out from the start, you knew this is going to be an interesting character. And so he was just very funny, and the way I'm going to try to quote him, the way he would say Adolfo, I mean, it was just hilarious. And I mean, the whole audience, literally every time he was on the stage, you can hear the audience just cracking up. I was actually surprised how well done and how professional and accurate they actually were. I mean, there's different things from the suits to the wedding gowns and also the bathing suits actually, and just everything was well curated and well designed, and I'm not sure where they got those costumes, but it was very well put together. And I think that was one way for me personally as an audience member to actually delve into that story, because you felt like you were there, from the lighting, the decor, the stage design, the set. Just very well done, and for me it was a musical that I could relate to because I love that step away from reality, and I'm glad that they emphasized it. Plus it was 1920s, I mean, who doesn't love the glitz and glamour of that era? Hello. And so overall it was very well done. It's being shown at the Little Theater, and I highly recommend that you go and see this musical, because it's not only a step away from reality, but just a good way to spend a couple hours of your time, you know, delve into a different world and enjoy.